Good afternoon, YouTube. Back with some more word problems for you guys relating to the SHSAT and other tests. But I'm mainly focusing on the SHSAT and these lightning rounds. So yesterday I did a lightning round that involved the solution where you had to use simultaneous equations as one of the possibilities. We're going to do it on YouTube. Wait a second. More word problems for you guys relating to the SHSAT. Hang on one second. I'm getting feedback here for some reason. SHSAT these lightning rounds. So yesterday I did a lightning round that involved the. All right, there we go. Sorry, I had the speaker on with the software. All right, so yesterday I did a lightning round that involves simultaneous equations. Today we're going to do another one that involves a little twist to it. In short, the simultaneous equation cannot solve the problem completely. All right, so let me bring the problem on the screen. Okay, that's our problem there. Just to make sure the stream is going live. Yeah, we seem okay and there's no errors. It's pretty smooth today. So a test has 50 questions. By the way, I got this from the Bergen County Academies. This on specialized high schools in Northeast New Jersey. And they also have a specialized high school test. It's nothing like the SHSAT, but there's a couple of questions that kind of come in and out that aren't a good parallel for here. So I got this question actually from there. It's analogous to some of the other examples I've given in other SHSAT things we're giving, and this question itself is perfectly valid to be on the SHSAT. Okay, so a test has 50 questions. Wait a second, an error just popped up here. I'm not sure. I'm going to keep going just to see if it's live. A test has 50 questions. Each correct answer is worth 2 points. Each wrong answer deducts half a point. Yeah, wait a second. It just flipped up an error message. Let me see if it's still going. YouTube is great when it works and really annoying when it doesn't work. I'm not sure if it's live. Let me continue on. I just raised my hand. I'll see if it pops up on the screen because it looks like I'm frozen right now. Anyway, each right answer is 2 points. Each wrong answer deducts half a point, and a blank answer is not counted. A student got a score on the test of 88.5. How many answers did he leave blank? Okay. The slight movement now on that. All right, so if the video is going, you can pause it. If not, I'm going to be ending up deleting this whole video. So what we want to do is set up our simultaneous equation as we did previously. In some of the other examples, I either gave one or two symbols. In this case, we have 3 symbols involved. So we have the number of right R's, the right ones, plus the wrong, plus the blanks is equal to 50. Right? Because you either got the question right or wrong, or you left it empty. Okay? And then the scoring goes that you get 2 points per right question, and you get half a point off for every wrong question. And a blank is 0, so it doesn't matter. Okay? And whoever did that, whatever they did in this process, they got an 88.5 on their exam. All right? So this is what we're given at the moment. All right? So, as in the past, we need to get rid of one of the symbols. So what I'm going to do is rearrange this number sentence to multiply the whole thing by 2. You get 2R plus 2W plus 2B equals 100. And my goal is to get rid of the R. Okay? So if I subtract the 2 of these, because I basically rewritten this one to be that. So if I subtract the 2 of these, I get 0 R, so this cancels out. I get 2W and this 0.5W, so I get 1.5W, right? No, sorry, I get a plus sign here because I'm going to have, actually I wanted to do it in reverse. Let me rewrite this. 2R plus 2W plus 2B equals, what did that equal? 88.5. No, sorry, equals 100. And the other was the 2R minus 0.5W equals 88.5. Okay, so if we subtract the two of these, that cancels out. We get 2 minus a minus, so we get 2.5W plus 2B equals, and if we subtract this, we get 11.5. Okay, so now we're stuck with something like this. Let me make sure the stream is definitely going now. Okay, now we definitely seem to be okay. All right, so the question is, what do we do from this point? Because we have no other information, and it looks like we're stuck. Okay, we have each wrong one gets, basically we're reassigning to be 2.5, and each space gets 2. So the question is, what do we do at this point? Well, I put in the description a little bit of hocus-pocus at this point. What we have to do is kind of look at this and get a grasp on it. And what we're going to do is wiggle back and forth the W and B's to figure out what will actually give us the 11.5. Okay? So for instance, we notice we can go, that W can be 0, but what is the max that W could be? Whereas if W is 10, this is 25, and that's way too high. All right? And if it's 5, if W is 5, this gives us 10 plus, we already got 12.5. All right? So W has to be less than 5. Because if it's 4, we get 10. Right? So we just constrained where W can be, at least to honor this part. So W can be 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. So really what we need to do at this point is lay out those scenarios and just go through it. So if W is 0, right, meaning everything has to be blanks, there's no wrongs, and there would be about 5 blanks. Well, the problem is there's a half here. So if there's 5, we get 10, and if there's 6 B's, we get 12. So 0 can't work, just because of that 1.5 sticking around. Okay? So if we do 1, if this is 1, right? If W is 1, we get 2.5 from here. And what do we get? 9? Would end up being 9 because 9 plus that. Well, since it's 2B, right? 9 is not evenly divisible by B. So it can't be 1 either. Okay? Let me just bring this up slightly higher so we have more of this on the screen at one time. Okay? So if it's 3, if it's 2, if W is 2, we get 5, right? And we end up getting that 0.5 and stuff stuck in the middle. So it can't be 2 either. Now we're going to try 3. And we get 7.5. If W is 3, we get 7.5. And we subtract it from here, and we end up getting 4. And that can be, so that does match. So 3 is a match. And just to go through the completion of it, if we try 4, because we said that was the range we could do. If we have 4 for W, we get 5. Sorry, we get 10, and at least 1.5, and that's possible. So the only one that can work is the W being 3. All right? And again, if the W is 3, we get 7.5, we get the 4, which means B is equal to 2, and W is equal to 3. Okay? And that means, because if you go back to the original equation, the right plus the wrong plus the blank. So if W is 3, B we think is 2, that means the number right has to be 45. Okay, and if we run that through here, that if the person got 45 right, then they got 90 minus 1.5. So 90 minus 1.5 is 88.5. So it works out. So we got so far as to get to this formula, and then we have to go through the process ourselves. Okay? And by the way, I did this trying to shoot for the W. You could also do it the other way, trying to shoot for the B. okay? Because we noticed that the opposite would be the case. In other words, what would be the range of the B's? Okay, B can be greater than or equal to, it can go from 0, and it can probably go up to 6, because that's going to give us the 12 here. So it's actually going to be less than 6. It can go up to 5. And then we go through that same kind of iterative process to snake through and do the hocus-pocus, which is basically trying each number. And this kind of problem is set up nice because you can get to this number sentence quickly, and there's only 4 or 5 to check. And sometimes that actually leaps out at you, and there's only 4 or 5 to check here as well. And it's pretty obvious that it wouldn't be 0 in either case. Okay? There is kind of a shorthand approach to this, which is not a guarantee, but it can give you a more direct way to do it. So let me show you that. Which is that if we just take the score, the 88.5, and divide it by 2, okay, we get 44.25. Okay, so what we're trying to do is give the score they get, split it in half because each correct answer was 2 points. Get about an estimate here. So it's 44, all right? So that's where we're kind of going to start. And let's kind of round it up to 45. So we have 45 here. So the question is, what can we do with that? Well, if we get 45 times 2, that gives us the 90. So what we're doing is kind of jiggling the number here divided by 2 to get something to kind of work with. So this number is going to be very close, perhaps, to the right answer. And then we're going to multiply by 2, get 90. Okay? And then the question is, you know, how many wrong answers can we take off of here? You know, the number of wrong answers to give us the 88.5. And we can see that it would be 3. Because if each is half, we get the 1.5. So if we can see that. So we know we had the 45 here. This is the 3, and we can get to 2. So there's kind of a way to brute force this. This is kind of a smart brute force. Now that said, this kind of division by 2 and getting the 45, it could have been that there was more than 2 and 3 wrong. Could have been that there was more than 2 blanks and 3 wrong ones. So if they were like 10 and 15, this technique kind of doesn't work because you would have to spend too much time trying to kind of jiggle this back and forth. But since the numbers were low, especially if you couldn't figure out this way of doing it, okay, which is the way you should work on trying to get it to work. But the truth of the matter is in either scenario, we're going to have to jiggle numbers back and forth. And you might as well give this one a shot, even as a double check, because you may have done your formula wrong in the first place. One of the beauties of running through an equation and feeding your answer back into it and having a double check, that's all great and dandy, but you have to guarantee that your equations are right in the first place. And there's enough scenarios where wrong equations will still give the right answers. So you really want to watch out for that kind of stuff. All right, this is really the example I wanted to do today for you guys. It's only one of them. It's maybe one of the shorter lightning rounds, but it's a good one. And this will be on the grade 8 and grade 9 SHSAT. It could be on the Hunter test. It could be on, like I said, I got it from the Bergen County Academies tests. So it could be on a bunch of things. We went through some ISEE examples. It could be on the SSAT. It could be on the PSAT even. So there's a plethora of examples here. But it's definitely easily a candidate for the SHSAT. Let me leave you guys here, and peace out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Peace out.